We'd like to invite you to join us on the opening drive. Give us a call or text at 417-866-0969 or reach out to us at the 96.9 Jock Chat app.
Opening drive.
It's opening drive.
Opening drive. It's the opening drive.
It's smart, it's local, and it's a whole lot of fun. Real opinions, real laughs, and real connection to the Ozarks every single morning. From breaking down the biggest games to celebrating the best of the Ozarks, debating the poll question of the day, and reacting to your messages live. This is sports radio done differently. The Opening Drive with Tom and Rob. Weekdays 7 to 9 a.m. on ESPN The Jock.
Good morning. Tuesday morning, the worst day of the week.
What?
It's the worst day of the week.
Why would you say that?
Tuesdays are the worst day of the week. Good morning to you, though, everyone out there. The Opening Drive, Tom and Rob and Ryan.
Good morning.
Ryan, not Ryan. Ryan, named after Ryan Sandberg. What's your last name again?
Swanson.
See, I literally sat down at 6:57. So,
you did. Yep.
So Ryan Swanson, he's our winner at the Missouri State auction. Is that right?
That is correct.
Yep. Good morning. Happy to be here with y'all this morning.
All right. Thanks for coming in here. The sneaker soiree. He's the bidding winner for that. He's also going to be a little Zimmer employee. That's why I hear.
Yep. Just starting here at the station. I'm happy to be on the show with y'all and get started up here.
Oh my! Wow.
So, do you actually call him a winner, or is it a booby prize that he got, or what? You know,
he won it, and then now you actually work here. That's what happened.
I'm just breaking all the rules. We're gonna be all right.
Well, Ryan Swanson's in here with us today. We're going to talk some sports, obviously. We'll get that thing going. But Tuesday's the worst day of the week.
Why is that?
Tuesday's the worst day of the week because you come off. Okay, Monday you go back to work. Some people say Monday is right. Well, no, Monday you're just kind of catching up, right? You still got those warm vibes from the weekend. If you had a good weekend, so man, that was a great weekend. Yeah, what'd you guys do? Well, you still have that. You're reliving your weekend. And, Wednesday you're over the hump. You're on the downhill run to the weekend. You're like, thank goodness we're almost to the weekend, right? Tuesday, it's work day. There's nothing to do on Tuesday but work. You're over the vibe from the weekend. You're too far away from the future weekend. So you're just sitting there going, what am I doing today? I'll just schedule 6 appointments today. Why? Because it's just a work day. That's, it's just a work day. Don't you think? Am I wrong in that?
I would, and we'll have to put that on a poll. Is Tuesday or Wednesday the worst work day?
I think Wednesday is fine because you're like, you could see
finish
the weekend. You're like, you get past 5 o'clock on Wednesday, you're going, it's all downhill from here. You're anticipating. Remember, I say, hey, at the halfway point of the show on Wednesday, I say, hey, we're over the hump. We're going downhill now, right? Yeah. But on Tuesday, Tuesday's a full year. You're in it.
I'd argue that Thursday is just as bad, only because you already see the weekend in the horizon, but you still got the full workday Thursday and Friday. And at least for me, I work weekends too. So that's like when I wake up Thursday morning, I still got 3 days of work coming right at me. And
so
the weekend's right there.
Thursday's your Tuesday.
Yeah, for me, Thursday is 100%.
Yeah, if you work
Tuesday
the weekends,
morning.
Thursday's your Tuesday.
But I agree. Tuesday or Thursdays are the 2 worst mornings to wake up.
Yeah, that's good. That's good, Ryan. Well, look at that. This is a good kid right here. Hey, I would agree. But so anyway, that's just my thoughts today coming in as I was driving in like Tuesday. Gosh, what am I doing today? Working. All right. Hey, we got a great show today. We're full today. We're full every day, but we're full today with some great guests today. And we're going to talk some great sports today.
I just put that up as a poll, by the way. So
nice.
Another
good.
one.
Is Tuesday the worst day of the week? Is Tuesday your worst day of the week?
Actually, I put it up. What is the worst work day of the week?
There we
Monday
go.
through Thursday. We know Friday's not the worst.
That has definitely been eliminated.
Yes.
So
Friday's a good day.
That's a good day. All right. So great show today. As always, our show is brought to you by Play It Again Sports, located in Fremont Shopping Center. Getting the fall stuff there. Wow. Can you step out today to come in and you're like going, blue 42 pretty much. It's football season.
Oh, it's
Didn't
gorgeous
it feel like
out
it?
there. Yeah. Last night.
Yeah. Last night was
unbelievable. Anything below 90, at 6 o'clock at night. like,
Yeah.
holy smokes, that
And-
was gorgeous.
And the humidity went away.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Well, I woke up this morning, took the dogs down. I'm like going, oh my goodness, I'm going to go for a walk. Oh yeah, I don't have time. I have to go do a gig. But man, I tell you, we should do the show from outside.
Yeah.
Mm.
We should just do the show from outside sometimes. You know, one of those crisp fall mornings.
Oh.
Break the Comrex down, just go sit out front and do the show.
Mhm.
Wave at the cars going by and stuff.
If we can get our part-timer, our new part-timer,
You can board
maybe
hop.
after today, he may not want to come back.
That's true.
He may decide that, oh my gosh, are you kidding me?
We're walking on eggshells with this guy.
Yeah.
We'll make sure he comes back.
Oh, we're definitely
Please.
coming back.
Please come back. Please.
Let me tell you about Ryan here.
Mhm.
Rob, Ryan, I should have had an all R show. I do have Ryan Collingwood.
Yeah, Ryan
on.
Collingwood coming in.
Yeah. So it's close, but Ryan is one of the Nixa broadcast students.
Oh, yeah.
So he was part of that when he was in high school. He's at Missouri State right now.
Broadcasting all the Nixa games. You've been down there with Nate Purrier?
Yep, me and him did football together
I
when
like
I was
Nate.
there. Yep,
I like Nate a lot.
I love calling games with him too.
So he's at Missouri State right now. Let me tell you a little bit about his background so he didn't have to. He's a cameraman for the Springfield Cardinals.
Okay.
So he's on the TV crew there. I say TV, but it's more of in-house TV.
It's in-house crew, yes,
Yeah.
sir.
In-house TV crew with the Cardinals.
Okay.
So, if we got any Cardinal or player questions for him there. He's, I guess, a student manager for the Bears football team.
Mhm.
And
Oh,
guess what?
nice.
It's Bear Tracker Day 18.
18. Woohoo.
He'll be traveling with the team and doing,
nice.
he'll be doing photojournalism.
Well, I'm on film crew, so I'll be helping do their film and recording their film for the team that they'll be using. It's that student internship type of internship that I'll be doing with them.
Sweet.
And then we did Lunkers together
Mhm.
Nice.
this year
Okay.
on TV. So he's got he's in his third year at Missouri State.
Yep, third year just started. Classes started yesterday.
Yep.
Wow. So you're on the camera getting all the highlights and all that kind of stuff.
So
huh?
those are all the good things. Let me
Yeah.
tell you about the worst thing.
Let's go to the bad thing.
There's bad
Yep.
things.
Yes. There's always bad things.
No, it's not bad.
Fine.
He's a huge Chicago Cubs.
Oh, that's a good thing.
fan.
That might not go well over here.
Well, I've got to deal with a Royals fan and a Cubs fan in the same studio. Now, today truly would be my worst day of my life.
It would be if we were any good. Now, they're good. Cubs are good.
Yeah,
How
they're
about
doing it's been a good year.
How about PCA with a leadoff home run, a walk-off home run in the same game yesterday?
Yeah,
Hit the
Ash.
30-30 club from last night too.
Ooh. Dude, he's a good player, dude.
he is.
I like him. a lot.
MVP?
Yep,
Yeah,
MVP.
right now,
Ryan?
MVP.
What do you think?
I think he's got a real
Shohei?
shot at it. I
Shohei
think.
and him.
Well, Shohei hasn't pitched since before the All-Star break, so I know they're talking about getting him back in rotation come towards the end of the season, going into October. But I think with where he's at right now, PCA's been the better player. I think he deserves the MVP where I'm sitting at right now, going into October.
Well, if you look at the definition of most valuable player, which we always have to analyze every year, which I don't understand why we have to. The most valuable player right now would be PCA, I think. You look at what Shohei, you look what the Dodgers have done the last, we talked about this. Well, we did not talk about it yesterday. They were 5 and, what was it? 5 and something, 5 and 14 in the last 19 or something
Yeah.
like that.
Yeah.
But 3 of those wins are against the Royals. I mean, otherwise they were 2 and 14. I mean, come on, man. I mean, and Shohei didn't show up in any of those games. I mean, against the Royals, I think he had 1 home run in that series, but consistently over the season, I think Pete Crow Armstrong, he's the guy. I think right now. I mean, but he honestly, sorry, Ryan, he won't get voted. It'll be Shohei
It will.
because it's a
Media
Shohei.
loves him.
Oh,
Yeah,
they
it
do.
does. And it really just comes down to the question. They're both great bats. I mean, when you look at their batting around similar numbers, it really just comes, do you rather have a guy who can hit that well and then give you a solid day in the rotation, or hit that well and give you the best defense in that in his position in baseball, best defensive center fielder? Really, that's the question you got to ask yourself, which I think they'll lean more Shohei. I think he'll win it, but I think PCA deserves it and is really making a case for himself at the end of in the back half of the season.
I'd agree.
We didn't mention we talked about Played Again Sports, but we really didn't tell them what was going on there.
I kind of jumped out of that, didn't
Yeah,
I?
yeah.
It's kind of, hey, Play Against Sports, and it kind of
Tuesday.
I went into my Tuesday rant, but yeah, hey, fall stuff. right? Well, I was going with the fall stuff. Open up the garage door day, go
Yes.
outside, and it's fall. Well, that's here. Football season's here. They got all the football gear there. The sale going on. They got great sales right now on fall stuff, soccer, volleyball, you name it, pickleball. It is a good time of year to play pickleball as well. So they've got all that at Play Against Sports, located in Fremont Shopping Center.
And Highland Dairy sponsors our videos. So we are live on Facebook and YouTube, thanks to Highland Dairy. We appreciate them sponsoring that. You can catch our shorts on Facebook and YouTube, which are just, smaller, shorter clips of our show.
Quick little clips.
Yeah.
And we're almost 1.5 million viewers. We're getting close. It's 1.4 or something like that. So
Not viewers, views.
views. I'm sorry.
There's a difference. I wish we
if
had.
his viewers were, hey,
I was gonna say, if we got that many viewers, Tom lied to
I
me
need
when I
to
was
go.
talking to him yesterday.
Yeah.
I need to go ask for a raise if that's the case. But yeah, it's we got a lot of views out there because those shorts are really popular. Go out and just check out those shorts on Facebook. Really easy to jump in there and view those. All right, big show today, Tom. We got a lot going on.
Let me
Whoa,
tell
I just
you
brought
what's-
up our Facebook page. You got this big high school football 2026 schedule on there. That's cool.
Yes.
Yeah, it looks great.
Put that up yesterday to show people what our games will be. And,
Love
had
it.
Cam on there as well, who's going to do the play-by-play
Webb
for us.
City and Glendale next Friday. Is it next Friday?
Yes.
Oh my God, not this Friday, but next Friday. Oh
Mhm.
gosh, that's already there.
Yeah.
That's nuts.
Kick it off the 28th, I believe. Yes, Friday the 28th. So, that's online. We have high school football schedule there. But today's program, along with our co-hosts today, Ryan Swanson, at 7:40, we're going to talk Catholic football with our good friend Wes Page. Should be an interesting season for Catholic. They surprised. They were one of, if not the surprise team of the area last year.
Oh yeah.
Turn things around, and we'll talk with Wes Page about that at 7:40 this morning. Our friend Tyler Onstat from Willard, he's in the New York area these days, and hobnobbing with a bunch of former New York Mets. But he's also going to talk about his time with the Cubs. Ryan,
Mm-hmm.
he worked for them. He wasn't a front office guy or anything. Don't think that. But he says he got a ring out of the deal.
You get a ring, you did something there.
Yes, you did. So Tyler will be with us at 8 o'clock this morning. And then Ryan Collingwood from the Daily Citizen at 8:20. He was at the scrimmage, the Bears scrimmage Saturday night, where they jammed in 125 plays. And he talked with coaches and some of the players afterwards. So we'll talk with Ryan Collingwood at 8:20 this morning. Sounds like a big show.
It is. Hey, Ryan. So the other day, I
Mhm.
saw this catch in the back of the end zone, like a massive catch that was on one of the highlights. Bears. Did you take that shot? Was that you?
Oh, from Missouri State?
Yeah, at practice.
Yeah.
That was probably you, huh? Taking that shot.
Yeah, I was up there on the press box getting that. I remember that.
Yeah, nice. I mean, I'm telling you, this guy's getting them all the highlights. There you go. Gonna get all the film for us. Gonna get us going here this year. He's part of the Bear Tracker. 18
days. Can you believe it?
I'm excited for football season to be back. And you were talking about the fall air kind of feeling this morning.
Yes.
It's a good time of year.
Are you still doing anything with Nixa down there?
No. So I'm done with them for the most part. Now their crew, they got some kids that were helping out with the Lunkers for production.
Oh, cool.
That's how I kind of got that window in helping with you calling games with you, Tom, was that connection. Some of Nix's crew came in and they are camera operators for them. And I'm pretty sure a few of them were still doing it last year. That was kind of like a connection in there. But in terms, I'm not doing anything for Nixa specifically. No.
So they hired a kind of a national crew this year, but last year they had the Nixa group in charge of the video production.
Well, that's cool.
So that's, so that all the kids were there and they had a real nice setup, brought the truck and everything.
Oh, yeah.
So they got some money put into that program at Nixa, no doubt about
Yeah,
it.
they've put a lot of money in over the past couple of years, especially once the later years of me being there and then up to recently now. They've put a lot of money. They're doing a lot of good work over there.
Absolutely. Lot to talk about today. We'll have our poll question of the day coming up next segment. Show Me the Money is coming up. This is Tuesday.
The only good thing about Tuesday, show me the money today. And it's going to be, it's pretty extensive today. Pretty much one topic, and it's kind of the one that dominated the talk last week. And then we got more news stories about it last night. We're going to talk about the Mark Walter situation today. It's getting a little bit more hairier. So we'll talk about that today on Show Me the Money.
Well, will any of your stories include Dave Van Horn getting extended at Arkansas?
No,
that won't be in Show Me the Money.
We're not going to go get Dave Van Horn. I will tell you what, though, not on Show Me the Money, but I don't want to get sidetracked. All right, keep going. I'll go off on a tangent.
How about a college baseball coach in this area getting $2.1 million a year?
Yeah, that's
college
crazy.
Baseball.
Yeah, that's crazy. I don't even know what that's about.
I mean, up until the last couple of years of Keith Gutton's career, I think he was making, below 100,000. They bumped him up.
He ended up being above probably that. But here's the thing about that 2.1. This is a school that will cut their tennis program because it cost them $2.5 million. But they're going to give their coach for their baseball program $2.1 million. It's insane. Arkansas, the financial decisions they make. It's what happens when you have all that money.
They brought the tennis program back.
They did bring it back,
yeah.
but that it took an uproar. But you're paying Dave Van Horn 2.1. I'm sorry, dude. What has he done? Has he won anything?
Well, he's been to the College World Series.
Has he won anything? How many?
He's been there quite a few times with Arkansas, the Omahogs.
And we're Omahogs. Did
Not this
back?
year,
Yeah.
no. Mm-mm. But look back. They've not only that, but I think they pay him for the crowds that show up at Baum Stadium. They average about.
Does he personally welcome them when they come into the stadium? I'm sorry, I'm not a big. Okay. Let me look here. Arkansas Razorbacks baseball national championships. The University of Arkansas Razorback baseball team has never won a national championship in NCAA Division I history. They've been to the College World Series 12 times, which means they've been 12-time losers. 12 times. I'll name them. 79, 85, 87, 89, 04, 09, 12, 15, 18, 19, 22, 25. Great job. Finish the job. Maybe you get 2.1 when you finish the job, Dave Van Horn. Seriously. Why are you paying somebody who's never won a national championship? Never.
I think the big goal there. You ever hear that?
To encourage him to win a national championship? I don't know. I think we'll get there again. Let me count my dollars.
I think the success barrier for college baseball is getting to Omaha. Not necessarily.
No, Tom. You better win one at some point, dude. You better put one in. Okay. It was the LSU coach just died last week.
Yeah,
Bertram. Right?
Yes. Skip.
Yeah. One. All right. He never got paid 2.1. Let me go through all the college baseball coaches who have won a national championship and never got paid $2.1 million. Let me go through all the successful ones who made the College World Series multiple times and never won a national championship.
And
they got paid 2.1.
And it's over.
Yeah.
That's the list.
That's it. How about this? How about this is what's going to happen this year? I'm marking down right now.
All right.
Joey Hawkins and his Bears are going to go down and beat the living tar out of them. We're going to go to the College World Series, and Joey Hawkins ain't going to get 2.1. You know what I'm saying? I mean, it's SEC. It's SEC money, and let me tell you something. It's SEC money, and it's a joke, man. 2.1? Are you kidding me? How in the world? What's their football coach make down there? 5.1 or something?
They got a new coach.
He's making like 5, isn't he? And he's a new guy. He came from Memphis. He hasn't done anything either. I mean, I'm telling you, they just pay coaches that have never. Arkansas has not accomplished anything since Nolan Richardson. They have not. You tell me the last successful run. Petrino, he got fired. Guess what? He was our coach. You know, I don't understand. 2.1 for a baseball program that's never won a national championship.
Dave Van Horn now number 5 on the head coach's salary list.
Okay, name the first 4. Do you got them?
Yeah.
Here we go.
It's Jay Johnson, LSU.
He's won.
Okay. He's won $3.35 million.
Yeah,
at LSU. Brian O'Connor at Mississippi State, $2.9 million.
That's a waste of money.
Tim Corbin at Vandy, $2.45.
He's won though. I think Vanderbilt's won.
Jim Schlossnagel at Texas, $2.2.
Okay, has he won? I don't know if he's won. Schlossnagle. Oh yeah, TCU. Yeah. He won.
Well, he was at Texas A&M.
But he was at TCU before that, right? Schlossnagle?
May have been, yeah.
I think he won at TCU, maybe. I think look him up. Let's see. Jim Schlossnagle. He won. See, this is what you got to be doing, Ryan. You got to be doing this like on a fly. Right?
And I was just looking up Arkansas football coach making $6.5 million a year. So
new coach too.
Yep.
Wow.
Who's that?
Ryan Silverfield.
He's making how much?
6.5.
The new football coach at Arkansas?
Mm-hmm.
Wow. Hasn't won anything. Guess what their record's going to be this year? 2-10. They're going to be 2-10 this year. There's no way. I looked at their schedule. There's no way they're going to win more than 2 games. So I'm just saying, hey, no offense, Hog fans. Dude, he hasn't won anything. I don't care if you go to College World Series. He hasn't won anything.
I will say this. I would bet that it's Arkansas is probably one of 10 teams in all of college baseball that makes money during the season.
That's true. They do. They pack out their house.
Yeah,
they do.
I mean, all those home games and 8,000 fans per, they're making money. So I think he's getting paid for that, plus the wins, plus the Omaha, appearances, which have been aplenty since he's been there.
I'm probably setting all these Arkansas fans off right now.
Yeah, but it does get to a point eventually. You do got to eventually win the thing. If you're just a coach who's getting there, you eventually got to win one eventually. That goes for any coach in any sport.
And I will tell you, you're right. Getting to the College World Series is the thing.
Yeah,
no, that's
baseball. I know. I'm
hard to do.
I wanted to see how many Arkansas fans called us there, but nobody evidently was Arkansas fans listening. Hey, we got to take a break on the show anyway. We got our poll question of the day coming up next. We'll get going on our full show today on the opening drive with Tom and Rob on ESPN The Jock, brought to you by Playing in Sports.
Want to hear ESPN The Jock without lifting a finger? Just say play ESPN on Jock on TuneIn to your smart speaker and take the opening drive with Tom and Rob, local sports, and your favorite shows anywhere in the house. ESPN The Jock, always on, always entertaining.
When you start spending money on your marketing, making mistakes is not something you want to do. So Roy Williams, author of the best-selling books The Wizard of Ads and Secret Formulas of the Wizard of Ads, presents the 10 most common mistakes in marketing. Number 10, ad speak. The truth about advertising is that people don't hate it, they hate boring advertising. No one cares that you've been in business since the late 60s, and they know just about anyone on the planet can say that they've got the biggest selection and friendliest staff. Don't waste time of your prospective customers with ad speak. Too many words wrapped around a tiny idea. Rather, entertain with your marketing. Tell people your story. Everyone can relate to and remember stories, and the more people can relate to and remember you, the better chance you have of earning a shot at their business. For more on the 10 most common mistakes in marketing, visit ZimmerCommunications.com, your marketing resource in Southwest Missouri. ZimmerCommunications.com.
For America's 250th anniversary, Highland Dairy is honoring the values that built this country: service, sacrifice, and community. We're proud to partner with Folds of Honor to commit a $250,000 donation to help provide life-changing academic scholarships to families of America's fallen or disabled military and first responders. It's Highland's way of giving back to those who have given so much. Learn more at HighlandDairy.com. Highland, locally made, naturally delicious.
I'm Missouri Attorney General Catherine Hanaway. Fraud and scams can strike anyone. My office works to ensure that Missouri is free from deception and unfair practices. Last year, we handled over 65,000 consumer complaints and returned more than $400 million to Missourians. If you've been a victim of fraud, call 800-392-8222 or visit ago.mo.gov.
Paid for by the Missouri Attorney General's Office.
When your business depends on security, access, and durability, the details matter. At Robinson Fence Company, we've delivered dependable commercial fencing solutions in 9 different states. From industrial and high security fencing to complex commercial installations, our crews work efficiently and comply with job site requirements. With a long-standing presence in Springfield, Missouri, and our office in Dallas, Texas, Robinson Fence is a trusted partner. Robinson Fence Company. Commercial strength, proven experience, professional fencing by professional people.
Your takes, your teams, your town. From hot stove baseball to big deal or not a big deal. Mornings belong to the opening drive with Tom and Rob. 7 to 9 a.m. on ESPN The Jock. Don't just listen, be part of it.
We'd like to invite you to join us on the opening drive. Give us a call or text at 417-866-0969 or reach out to us at the 96.9 Jock Chat app.
The question is out, and the internet has opinions. We've put today's hottest sports topic up on X, and now it's time to see where you stand. The Sports Poll Question of the Day on the opening drive with Tom and Rob on ESPN The Jock.
What a stupid question that is. What a stupid question. You ask a lot of stupid questions.
The Sports Poll Question of the Day on the opening drive with Tom and Rob on ESPN The Jock.
You know, I was looking up all this college baseball coach stuff, and I'm thinking, well, you got Schlossnagle ahead of him, right? You said that. Schlossnagle at Texas.
Yeah.
Texas A&M, now Texas. Then you got the Mississippi State coach and the LSU coach. Who was the other one there? No, so they're all SEC coaches, right?
Yeah, yeah.
All of them. So that's just keeping up with the Joneses pretty much. But the funny thing is this. What if Arkansas just said, we're not giving you a raise? What are you going to do? I mean, where else are you going to go play? Where are you going to go coach in the SEC? I mean, all the top jobs are taken.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I don't know.
Well, he came from Nebraska.
True.
To coach at Arkansas.
Oh, yeah. He's very successful in Nebraska. We beat him up in Nebraska. Remember that?
Yeah.
Haymarket Field. I call it Haymaker Field because we're just hitting balls out of the yard up there, man. It was awesome. That's the Picky days. Who was that? Was that Matt Sapicki? Was that?
No.
That was after that, right?
Yeah, this was. I
forgot who that was.
Markham.
Yeah. That was good.
Ziegler.
Oh, that was our run. That was back. That was our World Series. Oh, that's our World Series run.
Yes.
Oh, we've been to College World Series too. How about that? All right. We're going to go to one this year too, by the way. We're going to win a bowl game. We're going to beat Texas A&M at Texas A&M, by the way, Ryan. Nobody says that.
By the way, they
tell your guys that.
They come in number 8 on the AP Top 25 poll, Texas A&M.
That's going to be a hard fall, man. I mean, where are they going to fall after that?
I mean, if any school to do it with it is Texas A&M, let's be honest here, with their history over the past couple of years.
Yeah, they're going to come out slow. They're going to come out slow, not even be prepared. Hey, if you think about it, they're going to fall how far in the AP poll after that? I mean, that's going to be a big fall. If you lose to us at home, they could fall completely out of the poll.
That, but then you also got to think it is the first week. Then, I mean, again, we're an unranked team from a Conference USA, but normally first week losses, they give you a lot of grace for.
See, we're talking
in the
about
AP Top 25.
Yeah. By the end of the season, you know.
By the end of the season.
Yeah.
But, they'll still make the college football playoffs with one loss. Missouri State, the Bears. Anyway, we'll move on from that. We'll discuss those. We'll discuss those spoils of war the Monday after September 7. We'll discuss that.
Yep.
No, we won't.
We're going to be off.
That's Labor Day. That stinks, man. How can we not?
Extra day to celebrate the win.
We might. Yeah, we'll need that extra day. All right. Sorry. Poll question of the day, Tom.
Actually, I have 2 questions today because I did put up the what is the worst work day of the week? Right now, Monday leads the charge.
Well, I get Monday because you're coming off the weekend. You're like, oh man, I got to go back to work, that kind of thing. I get that. I'd say Monday probably leads.
Wednesday is second.
Really?
Tuesday is third, and nobody's voted for Thursday yet.
I'm alone on that one. It's all right.
Wow. Wednesday second.
Yes.
Interesting.
That is interesting. I say it's Tuesday because you actually have to work today. There's nothing else to do today but work. You know, you're too far away. You're just out of the wake of the weekend.
You can say that with Wednesday too. It's when you go in. Now at the end of Wednesday, there's a big difference between the beginning of Wednesday and the end of Wednesday.
There is. Yeah, there is a big difference. You're right.
So anyway, here's our real sports poll today. It's at X or Twitter, depending on how fast you type. Rob likes to go with X because he's a little lazier than I am. I use Twitter because it's history in my computer.
You know how that works though, Tom. I'll go to type Twitter and it'll be T, and I'll mess it up, you know, and I'll have to backspace it. So X is pretty. Sometimes mess up X. I hit the Z button. That's even worse. So anyway.
X is a tough one to get to.
It is
on the keyboard because it's your ring finger.
Yeah,
over. It's a tough one. All right, today's poll question at 96.9 The Jock. Golf fans, after Scotty Scheffler's 8-shot win Sunday, is he already the best golfer of his generation? Scotty Scheffler.
What would be considered his generation? Is he in Tiger's generation or is Tiger another generation? That's my question.
I think Tiger's golfed here in the last 10 years since Scotty's
True.
been out. So even though he's at the end of his run, Tiger's got to be part of it. So the options are yes, and it's not really close. Yes, but Rory and Brooks Koepka are close. Not yet. Give him more time. Or Tiger is still the standard.
Are you lacking vowels in your things? More
We only
MRE.
Well, we only have so many letters on the.
Oh,
you didn't know that? 25 letters. So sometimes you have to cut out some things.
You can only do 25 letters on the poll question.
Yes.
Wow. Okay. No, I get it. I think Tiger's still standard. If you're comparing head to head, Tiger and Scotty. Sorry, Tiger's
Big
best.
question though. Did you see the note yesterday? Scotty is real close to breaking Tiger's, earnings. Yeah. They're within. Is it 1 million or
it's like 100,000? I mean,
it's pretty close.
It's under. It's not very much. Like next tournament, he'll surpass it. If he has a big check next tournament, he surpasses it. I mean, if he makes the cut next tournament, his cut money will surpass it. That's how close he is.
Wow,
that's crazy.
So is that because he's really good, or the time that he's golfing? Because the prize money has
more prize money.
Yeah,
Definitely
increased
more prize
big
money.
time.
Yeah, definitely the more prize money.
Prize money's increased a lot in the last, what was it, 10 years or so? Because,
because of Tiger.
Tiger, and then also because LIV came into play there for a while.
Yeah.
They came in, and it forced the PGA to raise, make the purses bigger. So, yeah, I think part of it's the purses are larger. I still don't know if Tiger's in the same generation as Scotty Scheffler. I don't know about that. I mean, I'm just trying to, I think of Tiger back. Well, I guess it'd be the same as Tiger going up against Fred Couples back in the day or something. Fred Couples is an older golfer and Tiger's a young guy. I guess you kind of got that generational switch there.
I think
Phil Mickelson would be Tiger's generation. Phil Mickelson would be that.
He's still this generation too, I think. I mean, he's been golfing up until
that's true. He golfed last year in the LIV, didn't he?
Yeah. So he's this generation too, even though he's at the older end.
Golfers are different too. You can golf all the way to you're like 60 on the PGA Tour.
I was going to say, if we're going to say generation, are we going to go from when they start playing or all the way to the end? Because if you can golf all the way to your 70s
and be successful
and still play even play PGA level golf up until
I don't know about PGA level.
No, that's a little much.
About 50s when you start to lose, your
distance,
strength. Yeah.
The main thing is you lose your distance first, and if you can't outdrive those guys, you're going to the Champions Tour. Because
Champions is the word.
Because you just can't outdrive, because that's such a big part of the game.
Reminds me of Ted Lasso and Champions, all the different leagues.
Champions, like what? We're in the championship.
You go from the Champions division to the Championship division. Then there's the Premier League. It's like Ted Lasso's all confused.
And there's the Champions League, and that was a great show too. Great show.
Fell to the championship. Championship.
We dropped to the championship from the champions. What is going on?
Yeah, I'm telling you. Yeah, Ted. Tom's still getting into Ted Lasso.
No, I got it. I'm done. I
Are you fully caught up
until the next one comes out this week.
Sometime.
What days it come out?
Wednesday.
Oh, good.
Best day of the week.
Say it's a great show. I'm ready for season 4. I'm excited. It's a good show.
Well,
it's already started.
First two.
Oh, it did.
First two have already dropped.
Oh,
the first 2 episodes.
I'm a little late to the party.
Third episode drops Wednesday.
Tomorrow.
Yep.
Ooh.
So yeah, Tom is fully. Look, Tom's is fully caught up, just like that. What? How long did it take you? A week?
Less than a week. I told you on the air. I said I switched, got rid of Netflix, got Apple, and really, hopefully my wife's not listening, but I conned her into switching because I really wanted to see Ted Lasso.
Sure.
But so I watched all that. Now I'm on 2 other series.
There's some good series on there.
I love it.
There's some good shows on Apple.
Absolutely. Plus, I got sports on there.
Well, you got Friday Night Baseball.
Which one's better, Netflix Sports or Apple Sports? They do a lot of racing on Apple, right?
F1's on Apple.
Yeah.
I think you get all MLS games on Apple.
MLS is on Apple. The baseball production of the games on Apple is really good.
It is, yeah.
Is it?
Yeah, it's really clean.
Who does the games?
I don't know who does them, but they're it's clean. I mean, it just doesn't it look. It just looks like a very clean broadcast.
It is. Yeah, they do a good job on Apple. I like their broadcast.
And they're going to be doing more and more sports. Apple is gearing up to do more. NFL, everything. They're really gearing up.
We need to throw out some baseball. Cardinals had a doubleheader yesterday. They won the first game 2-1. Alex Burleson, my goodness, 2-run double. Quinn Matthews started, so he was called up for the doubleheader. Pitched 4 innings, struck out 7 in 4 innings. Didn't get the decision, but they had 4 relief pitchers that threw perfect innings, and they picked up a 2-1 win over Cincinnati, only to lose the second game 6-5 in 10 innings.
Yeah,
I know you guys are both enthused by this.
I listened to it.
Jordan Walker went 3 for 5 in game 2. Herrera, Church, Wynn, and Torres with RBIs for the Cards. They're now 64 and 62.
Well, the big thing with that, Tom, is gave up the late home run with 1 out left, right? They're down their last out, gave up the game-tying home run. And then Ellie De La Cruz, I mean, knocks in the game winner in the 10th, but the Cardinals had an opportunity to win in the 10th, and they just couldn't get it done. Mason wins check swing, strikeout, and something. They couldn't get it done. But anyway, the thing with Ellie De La Cruz is the question was, do we walk him? Does Ollie walk him in that situation? He didn't. Hits a smasher single to the left, and that's the game winner. That's the first ever walk-off hit for Ellie De La Cruz.
What?
Ever.
Really?
His whole career?
Yeah, isn't that crazy?
Wow, I didn't know that one. I figured he had one at some point in time.
Well, gosh, there's several.
Yeah.
Goodness.
This is first ever. So, the Reds take game 2.
Kansas City beats the A's 9-5. This is the first time, Rob Rodgers, since June 13th, that the group of Mikael Garcia, Vinny, Bobby Witt Jr., Kaggs, and Carter Jensen all played together.
Yep.
First time since June 13th that they all played together.
Yeah.
So,
by the way, best lineup that Cortero's rolled out there this year.
Vinny,
that was the best lineup he's rolled out.
Vinny and Garcia got the call off the DL or IL yesterday, and they won 9-5 over the A's.
Looked good, too.
Kaggs went 3 for 5 with 2 RBIs.
Okay, Kaggs is legit. Okay, Jack Caglione is now stinking legit. You better extend him right now. You better start working on that 8-year deal.
Let me tell you about Kaggs here real quick. He is, listen to this, in the past 1,000 pitches, he is the number 6 hitter in Major League Baseball. The past 1,000 pitches. He's number 1 over the past 250 pitches.
Yeah.
Number 1 hitter in baseball the last 250 pitches.
He just looks different.
How about that?
You look at him up there, you're like going, oh, my goodness gracious.
Yep.
Well, like yesterday, he fisted a single. Well, Bobby steals second. I mean, that's the way it. Bobby gets on, steals second. Kaggs fists one out to right field, scores Bobby. Let me tell you, that's going to be the future of the Royals right there. He gets on, steals second, Kaggs knocks him in with a single. And he didn't do too much with the pitch. All he knew is he had to just get to the outfield, and Bobby's going to score. And when you can take that pressure off, he doesn't have to hit one out. He just has to hit one somewhere in a hole. And he went opposite field twice yesterday. 2 of those hits, opposite field scorchers. Oh, my goodness gracious. The guy's figuring it out.
He, Carter Jensen,
Yeah.
Bobby Witt. If Vinny stays around, they keep talking about moving him on, but I mean, eventually salary demands are going to cost somebody.
Sure.
Garcia, Vinny, somebody's going to get moved. But anyway, it's a pretty good lineup.
Yeah, that was a good lineup.
They're all
yesterday.
together.
Good lineup and a really, wouldn't say struggling, but not a great AL Central right now. Sure, White Sox would have a good baseball, but not a definitive team right now. So you get a good lineup going out and just get a lucky streak going.
Get hot.
You get hot the right time. You're in a good spot.
Yeah.
Especially with your division the way it's at right now.
I'd agree. I like this kid. He can keep him. All right, we need to take a break on the show. We've got Catholic football coach Wes Page coming up next on the Opening Drive with Tom and Rob on ESPN The Jock, brought to you by Plenty Against Sports. This is Rob Rodgers from the Opening Drive on ESPN The Jock. Each and every day as we lead up to the Bears football season, we have the Bear Tracker, where we'll highlight the coaches, the players, and all the statistics leading up to the 2026 Missouri State Bears football season.
Summer golf season is in full swing, so how's yours? At Play It Again Sports, you'll find drivers, wedges, balls, bags, gloves, and shoes. Everything you need to keep your friends from talking too much trash when you're out on the course. Trade in your old clubs and upgrade to something that'll actually help your handicap. Because when you trade in, you win. Before your next tee time, swing by Play It Again Sports in the Fremont Center on Battlefield Road. And remember, when you trade in, you win.
Hi, I'm Bill Dutton with Abacus.
And I'm Abe. Bill, when people hear accounting firm, what do they usually think?
Taxes, bookkeeping, basic compliance.
That's not the full picture with Abacus.
Not even close. At Abacus, accounting is just the foundation. We also provide CFO services, strategic business planning, controllership support, and even HR services.
HR surprises people. Why would we offer that?
Because your people and your numbers are connected. Hiring strategy, compliance, payroll structure, it all impacts profitability and growth.
So instead of juggling multiple advisors, our clients get one coordinated team that understands their entire business.
And that guidance helps our clients make smarter decisions.
Schedule a time to meet with an Abacus professional today. Visit us at abacuspro.com or call 417-823-7171 to learn more.
We thought about creating a ShopOzarks.com mascot, something obnoxiously cute. Then somebody suggested a giant walking coupon, and honestly, that felt just obnoxious. So yeah, we'll skip the mascot. Instead, we'll keep doing what actually works. Helping you save big at local restaurants, automotive shops, health and fitness, entertainment, and more. No cute mascots required. Just real local savings at ShopOzarks.com.
All right, there's your new AC unit. You should be all set.
What do you mean, should be?
Yep, you should be all set. Thanks and good luck.
And that's when you realized it wasn't such a good idea to go with one of the guys who had the AC unit for cheaper. Rodgersville Heating and Cooling won't just chuck it in a truck, plug it in, and leave. They take the time to install and quality check everything they do, so you can come home to comfort with Rodgersville Heating and Cooling. RodgersvilleHVAC.net.
Did you know you can listen to all your favorite ESPN The Jock programs live at 969thejock.com? The Opening Drive with Tom and Rob, A Coach's Perspective with Jenny Hopkins, The High School Show, ESPNthejock.com.
We'd like to invite you to join us on the Opening Drive. Give us a call or text at 417-866-0969 or reach out to us at the 96.9 Jock Chat app.
Boom. Welcome back. It is the Opening Drive on a Tuesday morning from ESPN The Jock. My name is Tom Ladd. Rob Rodgers, my co-host, and we have a guest co-host today, and his name is Ryan Swanson. And Ryan is a student at Missouri State, won himself this guest co-host at the sports auction at Missouri State a couple weeks ago.
Mm-hmm. Win is a strong word.
Well, that's right. Yes. Win or loss.
Yeah, you can go either way with that one, actually.
Absolutely. Hey, we have a special guest on the line with us right now from Springfield Catholic. It is Wes Page, the head football coach for the Fighting Irish. They went 8-3 last year, had a great season. And Coach, we appreciate you joining us here this morning. How you doing?
Good. Glad to be here, guys. How's it going?
We're doing great, Coach. How are you getting along? Had a nice fall day for you to get out there probably today, right?
Well, yesterday felt good. Today is going to be something different, but we've been going at nights, and it hasn't really been too bad for us. It's been a pretty brutal summer in terms of the heat, but luckily we've been able to go in the evenings, and it's been manageable.
So we had mentioned you guys finished 8-3 last year. What do you got coming back from that team?
We have most of our skill players coming back from last year. Both of our receivers, Connor Fensky and Jack Bells. We have a plethora of running backs coming back. Sam Boster's the big name, but Michael Heredia was really big for us at the other running back spot. Scored a lot of touchdowns, came in when a senior got hurt, and was really, really, really good for us. Boston Hartman, our fullback, is back. He was our leader in carries last year, and he's a lot bigger and stronger and faster this year. And our quarterback, Jet Lewis, who was all conference last year as a quarterback, he was just a sophomore, so we got him for a couple more years as well. On the defensive side, we got our linebackers back. We're moving Fensky from corner to outside backer. He set a school squat record in February, so he's put on a lot of weight and he's ready to get closer to the ball. Our biggest replacement areas are up front on the offensive line. We're only returning one guy there, Christian Hershkin, who was all conference last year as a freshman. And so we've had some guys battling out for those other 4 spots.
You had mentioned Boster. Tell us a little bit about him and what he's done to help you out here the last couple of years.
Yeah, so Sam, he's going to be a senior this year. He's going to be a 4-year starter for us. We knew he was going to be pretty special early on. We didn't really plan on starting him as a freshman. We wanted to get him a little bit of JV experience. We knew he wasn't going to make it through the whole freshman year before getting him onto the field. But we had an injury in the running back room early his freshman year, and he got kind of thrust into that spot. And his first game was against a really good Nevada team when we were still trying to work our way back to our winning ways. So he's kind of been through it. He's been through our tougher years too, and he's really developed. He developed quickly into a leader by the end of his freshman year. It was kind of the way Sam goes is the way the team goes. And it's become more and more like that as the years go on. And he really last year kind of put that team leader role right on his head. And man, it's been awesome. He's just a great kid. Just helping coach our young guys too, because he's kind of done it all in terms of high school football. He's played a bunch of positions on offense and defense. And he really just loves giving back to the team in whatever way he can. He's obviously a really explosive player, can play whatever position, do whatever. But it's been really fun just to have him on the team and take that leadership role so seriously.
So last year, I described it earlier this morning. You were maybe the surprise team of the area starting off the season. Won your first 7 games, and in those 7 games, a lot of pretty close contests. Excuse me. What was the big key last year, early in the season, get your guys believing that they could win those games?
We were very inexperienced last year. We had a ton of sophomores on the field on our offensive line, even though we're replacing a lot of them this year. 4 of the guys had never played high school offensive line before. And is really just a credit to the kids and just believing in each other and the team. We meshed really, really well together as a group. And I think that's what got us through a lot of those close games early. We had a lot of talent, but we hadn't really put things together. We weren't operating at a super high level early in the year just because of that inexperience. But those guys really leaned on each other. I know it's kind of a cliche thing to say, but it really is. Like when we're on the sideline talking about what we need to do this next drive, those guys even though they were inexperienced on the field, they were really mature in how they handled those situations, and we were able to pull things out early. And once we got things rolling, got our confidence up, and started actually operating at a good level, we were competing with some of those better teams in the heart of our schedule, and just kept it rolling. And faltered a little bit at the end with some injuries, and hopefully this year we've got the depth to make up for that.
You talked about the line play and that being a little thin. Do you feel like you got some guys that can kind of come up on Friday nights and play at a high level?
Yeah, so this year, even though we've got 4 guys who haven't really played varsity football, they've actually all played some JV football, which kind of sounds like the standard, but for us, that's going to be a little different this year because we had 2 starters last year who had never played football before in any capacity. We had a freshman, we had a kid who had converted from receiver, and then we had 1 returning 3-year starter. And so we had 4 guys who just never done any of that before.
Wow.
This year we actually have 1 kid who has not played football since 8th grade, but he's 6'4" and 220 pounds. He'll figure it out pretty quick. And all the other guys who are competing for that spot, they've played a year or 2 years of JV football, and are pretty talented guys. We get a little more size this year up front. They know how to be. They know how to be physical and how to play on week one. It's been pretty physical played in the O-line Indy periods this year. It's at a different level than it has been.
So who do you have in your jamboree this Friday?
We got Pleasant Hope, Marionville, and the interesting one is Lighthouse because we have them week one as well. Not sure how I'm going to handle that yet. We don't want to give them too many bullets to practice with, but it's a good jamboree. We got a lot of different styles of offense and defense, so we'll get to see a lot as we go into that.
And you do open up, as you mentioned, with Lighthouse next Friday night. That's kind of interesting because they get guys from kind of all over the area.
Yeah, it's hard to kind of predict the talent that Lighthouse is going to have. Last year I know they struggled early and started playing well towards the end of their schedule. In some years, there was a kid in my class who had gone to Catholic when I was there, ended up playing for Lighthouse, and he went to Oklahoma State, so he was pretty good. You never know what you're going to get with them. And so week one is going to be a pretty unpredictable time to get Lighthouse. We'll just have to see in those 8 plays in the jamboree what we can see.
How does the league look this year to you? Is there any, drop dead favorites going in?
Absolutely not. On the Mid Lakes, a lot of teams were pretty senior heavy last year. Us and Clever and kind of Reeds were on the younger side, and Stratford as well. Stratford is never down for very long. We're not counting on them to have another rough year. It's going to be a dogfight in the conference this year for sure. With a lot of teams bringing up a lot of new guys, and us and Clever bringing back a lot of our key pieces. I don't expect there to be an easy week. We saw Buffalo at Evangel Camp, and they're playing at a lot higher level than they have been the last couple of years. It's going to be they're moving to the flex bone, and Isaiah Young at that quarterback spot, and they brought back some linemen that they were missing last year. They're going to be a lot tougher than people realize too. So it's going to be a tough year in the Mid Lakes.
Again, visiting with Wes Page, Springfield Catholic head football coach. Coach Ryan and I were able to broadcast some Lunkers games this year. You've got a couple Lunkers players as assistant coaches there. How valuable has that been for you to kind of use those guys as examples?
Yeah, we've got Craig Travis, Matt Rush, and Darius Daniel all on our staff. And those guys are super intense. Craig's was on our staff last year, and his passion for the game and his standards for the players in his position group, and now he's helping coordinate our defense. So for our whole team, are really, really high. And our guys overall respond to it really well. Some of them, we haven't had a young, really passionate coach like that in a minute. And when he got out there and he really stepped up our level of play and our expectations for ourselves. And Darius and Matt this year have been absolutely unbelievable with our defensive backs and our running backs and our quarterbacks. Especially our defensive back play has just taken a huge leap forward. We've got a lot of talent back there. And unfortunately, they had to have me as a position coach last year. And if you have ever seen me in person, I look absolutely nothing like a D-back. And now we've got 2 guys who played at Missouri State and played professionally coaching those guys. And it's night and day how much better we are back there and how much more these guys understand all the little intricacies of playing defensive back, which is one of the hardest positions to play in football. They're so positive and have brought up, from our youngest, most least experienced freshmen all the way to our seniors who have played for 4 years. Everybody's playing at a way higher level this year, and it's been awesome.
Not to mention, you don't want your players to challenge guys like that in any kind of competitions because they're still pretty competitive, right?
Oh yeah. I mean, they'll when we do some one-on-ones or something, every once in a while somebody will try to call out me, and that hasn't happened with those three yet. That's it might someday, and it's probably would not end up well for our team.
I would imagine. Well, Coach, we appreciate you joining us again. Jamboree what time does that start this Friday?
7:00.
7:00, and it'll be at your place, right?
Yep.
And then next week you open up with Lighthouse Christian, and then you'll be at Houston coming up week 2. So schedule doesn't get easier as you go along. It's going to be a tough schedule for you guys, and I think we've got a couple games on the schedule. We're going to broadcast from Catholic as well this year, so we're looking forward to that. Coach, best of luck to you as always.
Appreciate it, guys.
Thanks, Wes.
Thank you.
Coach Wes Page, Catholic head football coach, as they get ready to go. My goodness gracious, it's coming. Jamborees are this week. Season starts next week. Woo, here we go. Hey, big hour coming up next on the opening drive with Tom and Rob on ESPN Jock, brought to you by Play Again Sports.
Springfield weather on the Jock.
It's a much cooler and more comfortable start to the morning out the door this Tuesday morning. We'll find a hot and sunny afternoon, however. Temperatures in the middle 90s today. The south breeze, mostly sunny skies become partly cloudy later today. Watching a chance of rain and thunderstorms around central Missouri overnight tonight. For Ozarks First, I'm meteorologist Tom Schmidt.
Summer road trip season is here. Before you load up the family and hit the highway, stop by C&C Automotive. Right now, get a free oil and filter change with any brake job. It's a great way to make sure your vehicle is ready for all those summer miles ahead. And the summer heat, too. Take advantage of C&C Automotive's summer special and save 25% on a complete AC system check and service. That's a free oil and filter change with your brake job, plus 25% off AC service. Call C&C Automotive today and get summer ready.
Culinary history with Retro Metro. Long before surf and turf gained its catchy nickname, people were already pairing the best of land and sea on special occasions. Retro Metro celebrates that tradition with their Jeremy and Julia Surf and Turf, a 6 or 10 ounce filet, served over Cajun cream pappardelle pasta, topped with 3 grilled shrimp, and a house-made crab cake, finished with fresh béarnaise. Experience the all-new dinner menu at Retro Metro.
I'm Chef Tiny, inviting you to Retro Metro for some giant flavors. Your table is waiting.
Stop smoking with Alex Goen Hypnosis. Guaranteed or your money back. In 1979, Alex Goen discovered a stop smoking hypnosis sequence and spent 20 years refining it. By 1999, he was so certain he did what no other hypnotist dared. He asked the U.S. Patent Office to examine. August 13th, 2002, a U.S. patent was issued to Alex Goen. The patent's exact words: a unique, new, and useful process. Today, 500,000 people later, it's engineered to break your connection to cigarettes without cravings, irritability, or weight gain. That sequence is aimed at food engineered to destroy cravings, crush late-night fridge attacks, emotional eating, and stress eating. Leave you full on half the food, take off 10, 20, 30 pounds or more. No diets, no shots, no willpower. For only $59.99 guaranteed or your money back. Weight Loss Hypnosis, Sunday, September 27th at 11 a.m., Hilton Garden Inn, Springfield. Stop smoking 2 p.m. Sign up at alexgoen.com.
This is Mike Greenberg, and you're listening to 96.9 and AM 1060 ESPN, The Jock.
On KBFL Springfield, K245CA Springfield. Springfield's total sports station, ESPN The Jock, with this local sports center update with Don Luzader.
Sponsored by Highland Dairy. St. Louis Cardinals splitting a doubleheader with the Reds in Cincinnati, winning game 1, 2-1 on Monday. But then the Cardinals were then 1 out away from a win in the nightcap. But Reds got a home run to tie the 9th. They won the game 6-5 in 10 innings. Cardinals and the Reds again tonight in Cincinnati. Kyle Lay is scheduled to get the start for the St. Louis Cardinals. Kansas City Royals opening a homestand at Kauffman Stadium. They defeat the Athletics 9-5. Michael Wacha picking up the win in that one. The A's and the Royals again tonight at Kauffman Stadium. 6:40 game. Daniel Lynch, the fourth, gets the start for Kansas City. And the Missouri Tigers are ranked number 25 in the AP Top 25 preseason college football poll. Ohio State has the number 1 ranking. I'm Don Luzader on the Jock.
The Sports Center update is brought to you by ABC Roofing. Keeping it simple. abcroofing.net.
Springfield weather on the Jock.
It's a much cooler and more comfortable start to the morning out the door this Tuesday morning. We'll find a hot and sunny afternoon, however. Temperatures in the middle 90s today. South breeze, mostly sunny skies becoming partly cloudy later today. Watching a chance of rain and thunderstorms around central Missouri overnight tonight. For Ozarks First, I'm meteorologist Tom Schmidt.
If it matters in the Ozarks, it matters here. From Missouri State to the Cardinals and beyond, start your day with the opening drive with Tom and Rob. Weekdays 7 to 9 on ESPN, The Jock.
When it comes to your next build or remodel, you need a team that shows up ready to win. In Springfield, that team is Edge Supply. From Blanco kitchen sinks to Delta faucets to freestanding bathtubs that steal the show, Edge Supply has the team, the experience, and the inventory to deliver. Contractor or do-it-yourselfer, no matter if it's a fixer-upper or a full custom build, Edge Supply is your home court advantage because Edge Supply plays to win. EdgeSupply.com.
The live stream of the opening drive with Tom and Rob on ESPN The Jock is brought to you by Highland Dairy. Fresh milk, great taste, and local pride supporting the show you love. Catch us live on Facebook and YouTube. Highland Dairy, locally made, naturally delicious.
We'd like to invite you to join us on the opening drive. Give us a call or text at 417-866-0969 or reach out to us at the 96.9 Jock Chat app.
Opening drive. It's opening drive.
Opening drive.
It's the opening drive.
It's smart, it's local, and it's a whole lot of fun. Real opinions, real laughs, and real connection to the Ozarks every single morning. From breaking down the biggest games to celebrating the best of the Ozarks, debating the poll question of the day, and reacting to your messages live. This is sports radio done differently. The opening drive with Tom and Rob. Weekdays 7 to 9 a.m. on ESPN The Jock.
All right, hour number 2 on a Tuesday, August 18.
Which is day
18.
18 away from the Bears' first
Bear Tracker. Yeah,
Yep.
all right.
Bears'
Well, here we
first
go.
football game at Texas A&M. On our intro there, Rob, it said, that the show's full of laughs. Ryan is in here. He's like, when does that start? When does that portion of the show begin?
Not today. No. It's Tuesday, Ryan. You know that's Tuesday.
Coming in
I
here
already
first
told
thing's
you. It's
always
the
Tuesday.
worst day of the week. It's Tuesday.
We'll find out from our guest here what he thinks the worst day of the week is.
Let's do that. Tyler, how you doing today, bud?
Hey, Rob, nice to see your face. Glad you're not throwing Scott McGee out of games and all that. So last time we talked, you told me that
man,
story.
that's
Tom,
listen to him.
Rob, good to see you guys. Thanks for having me on.
Good to see you, buddy. Coming with the throwing Scott McGee out of games. You don't have to do that anymore. He doesn't even coach anymore. He's done. He's a Republic now. He's wearing that Republic orange. How's that make you feel, Tyler? Huh? How's that make you feel?
I'm very happy. I have to tell you, I'm very happy for Coach McGee.
Yeah.
Obviously it's well known. He's been a great mentor of mine. So just very happy for him and his family.
Yeah.
I wish them all the best, and glad I was at the last home game there where they honored him, and glad they won that state title, for the state championships in Willard. Pretty successful.
Well, I will tell you this, Tyler. This is the deal about Scott McGee. You won't notice it until he doesn't don himself on the field next spring. I mean, that's kind of when it kind of hits, Now you're like, we're off season. But then when he's not out there, that's going to be weird. I mean, that's going to be weird for a lot of people. But I tell you what, they're in great hands. So I'm not worried about it at all.
I'm not either. Trevor Bowling's going to do a great job. I love that program just like I love Missouri State. I'm doing things with Staten Island now. So I like to tell people I've learned under, I think, the three best managers you could learn from under, every level, from Scott McGee, 3 state championships in high school, to Keith Gunn, the 11th, winningest coach of all time in NCAA. Now I'm working with Wally Backman, who played under Lou Piniella, Jim, and Joe Torre, Davey Johnson. Great guys to learn from. So I'm very, very blessed.
So, Tyler, we've got a guest host in here who is a resident of Nixa, but Missouri State student. He does some camera work for the Springfield Cardinals. He works for the Bears. He's a manager with the Bears football team. But this will be something you'll like. He is a huge fan of the Chicago Cubs. His name is Ryan Swanson.
Nice to meet you, Ryan.
Named after Ryan Sandberg, of course.
Okay.
How about that?
Yep, nice. You like my World Series ring?
I'm jealous of it. That's what I'm jealous of, man.
Boy, just puts it on there.
Put it on for the radio, man. I'm jealous of that right there.
Well, your last name Swanson. So I have to ask, are you related to the actress Christy Swanson?
I don't think so, no.
Oh, okay. I'll have to ask her. I'm friends with her. So
although it makes it really easy when I buy Dansby Swanson jerseys. I don't ever have to get rid of it for the
that's true. Wow, I didn't think about that.
So you're hobnobbing with some former major leaguers.
What's that? I'm sorry.
Yeah, you're hobnobbing with some former major leaguers. Tell us what's going on.
Yeah, so I did an autograph session with Wally Backman at Mason Jar in Mahwah, New Jersey a couple weeks ago. Great event. We had a great turnout. Howard, so it was the 40th anniversary of the Mets, winning the World Series, all that, which I can't believe. I wasn't even alive in 86. I was born in 92, so it goes to show my age. But, that team, learned a lot from that team, all that, and doing one on September 20th with Howard Johnson at the same venue. So, trying to do that, staying in touch with Ed Lynch, doing some work with a couple other guys. So it's been great. It's, trying to get back in the game is something I want to do. I've been around baseball probably, I'm 33, going to be 34. So probably 27, 28 years. It's been my life. So trying to give back and help guys who have helped me in a lot of regards.
I watched the celebration with the Mets on the field. What was the deal with Ray Knight? He looked like he was hobbling a little bit.
Yeah, so I actually have not asked Wally or Howard about that. I noticed that too, so I don't know what's going on. I'm not going to speak on behalf of Ray. Ray's a great guy. I met him a couple years ago. Great guy. I think we're on Facebook together, but don't know what's going on. But again, wish him good health.
You bet. That team had a lot of personality, that 86 Mets team. Keith Hernandez, Strawberry, who we had on not too long ago, Dwight Gooden, goodness gracious, Backman and Howard John. They had some personality on that team for sure.
Yeah, and I want to give a special shout out here to I know there's things said about him, but he's been sober and clean for like 7 months now. Lenny Dykstra. I mean, you can't, he's been sober, he's been clean, he's trying to get his life right. So really want to give a shout out to Lenny Dykstra. I don't know Lenny, but I've just heard that, you wish him all the best and sounds like he's on the up and up, which is great.
Yeah, he's battled some issues the last maybe 15 years or so. Looked like he was doing okay that day as well. He was in good spirits and everything. So that's good.
Yep. So I want to ask a question here. So you're at Missouri State, you're an equipment manager. How's that been? What's your time been like at Missouri State?
Oh, it's been interesting. The little bit of time I've gotten, it's mainly just been doing film cameras up on top of the press box. So very limited so far, but it's been fun. Just been sitting up, just doing film. Definitely not the hardest job in the world, but I enjoy being around the team. Definitely the resume builder too, if I do say so myself. But no, it's good. I'm enjoying working with the team. Really excited for them when their season starts. I know the team's hopeful. A lot of hopeful fans here too for that. So I'm excited to work with the team, especially when the season gets going.
So
that's awesome.
Tyler,
Not to intervene on your. Oh, go ahead. Sorry.
No, I was just going to ask you. Of course, people know you're from Willard originally, or at least went to high school there. I know you're always a big fan of Scott McGee, and a manager at Missouri State. But your resume, your sports resume, is unbelievably large. Talk about what you've done. While you were a student at Missouri State, and then afterwards, you've been all over the country.
Yeah, no, I appreciate that. And I'll try to keep this condensed because I know you guys go till 9 o'clock. So I'll try to keep it about 3 minutes if I can. But so Missouri State, I've always spoken very highly of Missouri State. Text or call Casey Hunt. And she can tell you I love that university so much. I would not have gotten where I am without Missouri State University. And I've said that publicly for years. Honestly, got my start with Scott McGee, managing baseball. I was not a good player by any means, but Coach McGee gave me a chance and let me be a manager, which introduced me to Missouri State. So I was manager for men's basketball for 3 years. I actually talked to Paul Lusk yesterday for about half hour, which was great. We got to catch up. So worked under him. Then got to work under Kelly Harper as a manager at Missouri State on the women's side, the Lady Bears, for a year. And
you had the greatest radio announcer out there, didn't you, at one time?
Hey, so do you remember? Okay, so I wanted to bring this up. Okay, so you and I, we went on the road. I think we were playing Mizzou at Kansas, and you and I had a room together. And I'm sorry, Tom, I hate to say it, Rob, you're gonna laugh. But you snored so loud, I got no sleep that night. And you woke up and you went, "Did I wake you up?" I'm like, "Yeah, you kind of did." I'm like,
now
right,
he tells me 10 years
now
10 years later, he tells me that he didn't sleep. Then I'm like, "Hey, how was your night's sleep?" "Oh, it was great. Fantastic."
Great.
So he lied to me.
I was BSing you, if you could imagine that. So did that, worked with Keith Gunn as a manager. I was in a football equipment manager first semester there, kind of like what you're doing. And really learned a lot. And again, it goes back to people like Casey Hunt, who gave me an opportunity, and then propelled that into being a GA at Loyola of Chicago under WNBA legend Cheryl Swoops, who just got inducted into she's been in the Naismith Hall of Fame, but they inducted that 1996 team, the Olympic team, who I did not know until the other day. Tom, maybe you can enlighten me on this, but Cheryl Burnett told me SMS back then actually played that 96 Olympic team in like an exhibition, which I did not know. And Cheryl told me they brought in Cheryl as like a guest speaker at camps. Learned a lot under Cheryl Swoops. I love Cheryl. It was sad what happened at Loyola. It's what happens with college basketball, and got to work another year under Kay Doctor. And while I was doing that, I was working for the Cubs, the White Sox, the Bulls part-time, doing 50-50 stuff. I was not anybody important, but we were doing important stuff for charity. And then moved to St. Louis, worked for Square, now called, Block Inc., and worked for the Blues part-time. And then when COVID happened, I decided to move to Tampa Bay, lived in Clearwater, loved Clearwater, great area, worked for the Tampa Bay Rays, the Ted Williams Foundation, and then got to achieve my dream. I've always, since I was a kid, wanted to live in the New York City area. That was a dream of mine, and lived in Carteret, New Jersey, worked for the Devils and the Yankees, and, lived in Virginia the last year. To be honest, can't stand DC, can't stand that area, would not ever go back. But got to work for the Capitals and Wizards, which was great. But doing work with the Staten Island Ferry Hawks, helping Wally, and hoping to get back to Jersey. So that's kind of where I'm at. Sorry to be long-winded, but
So Wally manager of Staten Island right now?
Yes, he is. So he took over mid-season. It's hard taking over mid-season. You cannot, they were like 8-64 when he took over. But the GM, Gary Perrone, great guy. He was actually GM of the Brooklyn Cyclones when Wally managed there in 2009. They won a championship together. Wally winning championships. Imagine that. So, they have a relationship and brought him in. They got new ownership. So Staten Island, and I told Gary this, we had dinner a couple weeks ago when I was up in New York. And I said, they're sitting on a gold mine. Their stadium sits on the Hudson River. You can see the Statue of Liberty on the left field line. You can see, Lower Manhattan. It's great stadium. It used to be the Yankees single A farm team. But when they got rid of the low A teams, they brought in indie balls. So, great stadium right across the river from New Jersey. So you can bring in Jersey people. You've got, the Staten Island ferry that can take you from Manhattan down there. So great ballpark. And I've never publicly said this, but I'll go ahead and say it. I've told Wally this. He's going to win next year when he's managing there. And I'm not a betting man, but he's going to win there. That's how much confidence I have in what he does and the setup they have.
Is that the same league that Trevor Bauer was in before he went to Mexico?
Yeah, so Wally was actually the manager of Long Island when Trevor was, or not when Trevor was there. Lou Ford's the manager now. Lou's a great guy. I think, hopefully they make the playoffs, because I like Lou. But yeah, he was there. Then he went down to Mexico. A lot of these guys are going to Mexico. They're making $12,000 a year down there. So don't blame them, and it's tax free. So they won't tell you that, but it is tax free. So,
$12,000 a year?
Yep. Or a month. I'm sorry, a month.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Sorry.
Difference.
No, independent leagues like
Yeah.
$3,000 a month is the maximum. Most guys get between $1,500 to $2,000 plus free housing. But yeah, $12,000 a month is what they're paying these guys in Mexico. But yeah, so Trevor went down there, but Wally used to manage Long Island. So yeah, same league. Bob Zimmerman pitched for SMS Missouri State, played for Long Island for a couple years. So great team out there.
Absolutely. So Tyler, what does your closet look like with all these jerseys and the merchandise that from the teams you've worked for? You must have a closet just full of jerseys.
Well, it's in storage now in Virginia, so I'll move that back to Jersey when I go back up there. But yeah, it's you accumulate a lot of stuff. I still got all my Missouri State stuff. I make sure and pack that. I don't put that in storage, But yeah, you accumulate, but it's, it's part of the experience. It's, I've got stuff from the Tampa Bay Rays. I was not a Rays fan growing up, but, really, I'm going to be honest, outside of 2016, working for the Cubs, got a World Series ring, obviously, being a Cubs fan growing up, it was awesome. But the most fun, I think, outside of 2015 with Missouri State, 16 with the Cubs, was 21 with the Rays when we made it to the ALCS and lost to Boston. But I really enjoyed working for them. So I try to support teams that have paid me.
Yeah, makes a lot of sense. I understand that.
Yeah.
So show us that ring one more time for Ryan so he can take a snapshot.
Yeah.
Of that.
So the red, actually, I got to send it in. I actually called Jostens a couple weeks ago. So the red, I was in the pool here in Nashville, and the red outside in the sea, just came off. And so I called Jostens. They say, yeah, you've got a lifetime warranty on it. Just send it in. So it's going to be gone for about 4 to 6 weeks. I don't know how I'm going to like that, but again, it goes back to a lot of, I'm not deserving of this ring. They were the Cubs, the Ricketts family, they were very gracious to give it to employees, which they didn't have to do. So I'm very, very honored to have gotten it. But it comes back to a lot of hard work, putting in days at Willard, Missouri State, all that led me to that. So I just, wear it to try to inspire people and tell them, if you want to work in sports, you can do it. You just got to put in the work.
Well, I think Ryan's one of those guys down the road. He'll be doing something, maybe in the media, but he still, I think, wants to be in sports. So maybe you've inspired this young Nixa student at Missouri State right now.
Yeah. What's your major over there? Is it business or?
I'm a journalism major at Missouri State.
Journalism. Hey, minor, I'm going to tell you, and I'm not trying to dissuade you from journalism, minor in business. It will take you a long way. I would not, my MBA from Chicago has gone a long way. So I just tell that to say, business, journalism, I got a criminology degree from Missouri State, and it's very niche. It's very, you kind of pigeonhole yourself. So like I tell people, get a business degree because you can do a whole lot of things with that. So, just something to consider.
I definitely will. Thank you.
There you go.
Yeah. Glass Hall's a great place now that they've renovated it too. So
yeah, that place is really nice. Sometimes we'll take some study sessions over there. It's a nice building.
Yeah, very nice.
The Einstein Bros Bagel place in there too. Always a good place to get some breakfast.
There you go.
Ask, how's football and the Lady Bears looking?
Well, football had a scrimmage Saturday night. They look good. New coach, of course, Casey Woods came in from SMU. And they're looking good. Matter of fact, our next segment, we're going to visit with Ryan Collingwood, who covered the scrimmage Saturday night. So you can, kind of hang on and listen to that. And then Lady Bears, they got a lot of players back and then added some good transfers. So I think they're going to be solid this year again. Probably one of the favorites going into the season in Conference USA.
That's awesome. And, I think at first, I'm going to be honest, Tom, I was skeptical about the Conference USA move. Did I want him to go FBS? Absolutely. I want what's best for that university, but I was skeptical. I know they did it for football, but I really think they're going to be successful. And baseball's proven that. Joey is obviously, I'm going to speak highly of Joey. He was one of my teammates, but they're in great hands, and wish them all the best. Hopefully they can win a championship.
Absolutely. Tyler, hey, thanks for coming on, my friend. We'll do it again sometime, and enjoy the rest of your summer.
For sure. Thank you guys for having me on. And if I could do one more thing. So I've promised him I would do it, and I forgot the last couple times I've been on, but I got to give a shout out. I speak very highly of New Jersey. I got to give a shout out to John Stafura and his family. They brought me to Jersey and really, they actually had me put a Missouri State thing up at the local establishment bar up in Jersey when I was living there. So they're big Missouri State supporters. So want to give them a shout out. Forgotten to do that, but appreciate you guys having me on. Thanks for letting me, talk about my background and best of luck to you guys, and go Bears.
Hey, go Bears. Thanks, Tyler.
Appreciate you, my friend.
Appreciate it. Talk to you later. Tyler Onstat, and reporting live from Nashville. That's where he was. So Nashville is where he is. So we got Ryan Collingwood on next. So we're going to talk some Bears football. Bear Tracker Day 18.
That's right.
The opening drive with Tom and Rob continues after this. Brought to you by Play It Again Sports.
Not your average sports show. Louder opinions, better stories, and zero boring mornings. The Opening Drive with Tom and Rob, weekdays 7 to 9 a.m. on ESPN The Jock.
When you start spending money on your marketing, making mistakes is not something you want to do. So Roy Williams, author of the best-selling books The Wizard of Ads and Secret Formulas of the Wizard of Ads, presents the 10 most common mistakes in marketing. Number 6, unsubstantiated claims. When it comes to your ads, you cannot commit the cardinal sin of advertising something that you don't offer to your customer. You also don't want your ad copy filled with adjectives and empty rhetoric. Rather, your ad should be filled with verbs in an effort to show, not tell your customers why they should do business with you. While fluffy adjectives are fun, they only tell the customer about you. Verbs, meanwhile, show the customer what your product or service can do for them. And in the end, that's all people really care about. What can your brand do for me? For more on the 10 most common mistakes in marketing, visit ZimmerCommunications.com, your marketing resource in Southwest Missouri. ZimmerCommunications.com.
Spring and summer storms in the Ozarks have been tough on your home. High winds, heavy rains, and hail can leave damage you may not see from the ground. For more than 20 years, ABC Roofing has helped Springfield area homes and business owners protect what matters most after the storms have passed. With honest inspections, quality work, and the highest level of integrity. If storms left you wondering about your roof, let the ABC team come take a look. ABC Roofing, keeping it simple for over 20 years.
Your home is where life happens. It's where kids play, pets roam, and memories are made. Since 1978, Robinson Fence Company has taken pride in building fences the right way. Every fence we build reflects our commitment to doing honest work for our neighbors. With over 4,000 fences installed, our experience speaks for itself. Rooted right here in Springfield and our office in Dallas, Texas, we're proud to be a hometown company. Robinson Fence Company. Family-owned, locally trusted. Professional fencing by professional people.
The back-to-school sale is going on now at Piano Craft with big student discounts. Your student will never learn to play on a piece of junk, so check out the tech-certified used pianos from Piano Craft. They all have a warranty and prices start at just $12.99. New digitals with a true piano hammer action start at just $15.99. Equip your student for success with a piano from Piano Craft, financing and delivery available. Piano Craft, Republic Road in Fremont and Springfield.
We'd like to invite you to join us on the opening drive. Give us a call or text at 417-866-0969 or reach out to us at the 96.9 Jock Chat app. We're getting you ready for the 26th Missouri State Bears football season with our daily Bear Tracker. Find out what Casey Woods thinks, who the new players are, and what the schedule presents.
BEARS. Let's go. Go Bears. All right. Ryan Collingwood joining us on the line, Springfield Daily Citizen. And he was out at the Bears scrimmage along with you on Saturday.
He was indeed. And hey, Ryan, how come, they say that photojournalist or written journalist, you guys have face for radio, but you look pretty good on the screen there, buddy.
Yeah, there's a reason I write for a living, guys.
No. You're looking good. We're the ones that are a little scary looking. For sure.
Right. Ryan showing up today.
Well, at least you guys have your hair.
Yeah. Well, barely. Anyway, hey, so what were your thoughts on the 120 play scrimmage that Tom keeps talking about on Saturday? What are your thoughts on your first look there at a workout there, a scrimmage from the Bears?
Yeah, it's kind of hard to tell. I mean, everything's kind of scripted. I mean, they're shuffling a lot of different bodies for different looks. But, obviously a lot of attention was on the quarterback position, considering, they're trying to figure out what's going on there as far as a starter. But yeah, it kind of seemed like, Skyler was number one as far as what we saw on Saturday. He looked like the kind of guy we thought he was, pretty elusive, obviously very experienced, very confident guy, kind of a gunslinger, kind of fun to watch. Henry, we didn't get to see as much as Henry Beelan we probably would have liked. He had about half as many reps, if that, with the ones, and then play with the twos as well. Coach said a lot about how to do with shoulder soreness, so I guess we'll see going forward. I guess by scrimmage 2, I guess we'll probably learn a lot more. But when you're trying to monitor these scrimmages, it's always such a pain in the butt because you're trying to keep an eye on dozens of pieces you've never seen before, really live. And we didn't get a spring game really, so that was kind of our first real look at these guys. So, but yeah, the offense. Typically this time of year, offense has a hard time getting the ball up the field. That first scrimmage. But on that first drive, that kind of buzzed up there and scored on the one defense. So that was kind of fun to see. And then defense kind of as the scrimmage progressed and they went in different scenarios, the defense looked better as the scrimmage went on. So, we still have a lot to learn about this team, but, it was some encouraging stuff to see.
So Coach Woods made it feel like it was a real game day, Ryan. Now, what were your thoughts on that from traveling to the game or to the scrimmage on buses and practicing over at Evangel? Give us your thoughts on that.
Yeah, that was cool. Obviously it's only a 3-mile drive, obviously when you're coming down the street, but to just kind of be in an unfamiliar spot when you're putting your pads on and warming up and then kind of, taking the bus down. Beautiful National. Is it National or Glenstone? I always get that mixed up.
Well,
it's Glenstone.
Glenstone.
They cut over.
Glenstone, and they cut over to National.
Yeah,
right.
One of the, yeah, that scenic drive, and then getting to Plaster, and then kind of a different look there. But yeah, and then they actually they did go all out for about 2 hours there. I was a little surprised by that. I haven't seen a scrimmage like that in a while because they usually keep it pretty, want to keep it pretty safe for obvious reasons, and they'll split up time and it take a lot of time to kind of break up portions of the scrimmage. But I mean, it did feel like a game there. It's been a while since I've seen the scrimmage like that, so that was kind of fun.
So just scheme-wise, offensively, Casey Woods, number one, he's kind of behind the offense the entire time and really encouraging them to get set, get back up to the line of scrimmage. They're going to be fast-paced. There's no doubt about that. But just kind of the creativity of the offense, what were your thoughts?
Yeah, it's fun. I like the certain sets they'll go in. They'll go jumbo sets with 2 tight ends. They'll go they'll go trips right deep, and then a lot of different things they do. And then obviously we didn't get to see Breezy. That would have been nice to see Breezy Dubar out there because he's one of the big key offseason additions they brought in at running back. Obviously Ramon, we kind of know what Ramon can do, so he looks a little better than last year. Because last year at this time, we weren't sure about Ramon. We were kind of like, okay, is he a depth piece? Is he a guy that's going to get some rotation? Then at USC, he peeled off a couple big runs, and we're like, whoa, this guy might actually play this year. So Ramon goes in with a little more confidence at his position. But yeah, I was really excited to see Breezy play. But hopefully Friday night we get to see that. But yeah, I think we expected to kind of see a fun offense, and that's what we saw on Saturday.
The thing that gets me about these scrimmages, you can watch the skill position players and get a little bit of idea what they can do. The line, you never really know until they go against other teams. You do have the first team offense going against the first team defense, but we still don't know how good this line offensively and defensively is going to be and how deep it's going to be this year as well.
Yeah, you're right. The one thing it's kind of hard to gauge in scrimmages, well, especially the first scrimmage, is the line. I mean, obviously they could skate up the field, sometimes, and obviously sometimes they didn't. But the way this offense moves, I mean, the ball's getting in space so fast. So, but Ramon had a couple good runs there. But obviously Skyler, running for his life a couple times there. But that's kind of what he does, right? Even at UTEP,
yeah.
you watch some of his UTEP film. You see like a backside DN, looks like they're gonna sack him, and then he kind of just does some Michael Vick, kind of elusive out of the, that's kind of fun to watch. Actually, that's what he's capable of is that kind of stuff, and that's why you see a 5'11" guy play at this level, because stuff like that. That guy's a winner. If you look back at his background, I mean, I think he only lost 3 high school games at a pretty big high school in North Carolina. So. Just one of those guys that kind of fought his way to this level. I even last year, I think his first couple of years at UTEP, I mean, they weren't sure. I mean, he followed Scotty Walden to UTEP from Austin P. He was a backup for 2 years at Austin P because he was young. At UTEP, he kind of just made his way there. So he has that kind of mentality. So that's kind of cool.
So going into the season, one thing I feel confident about is the kicking game. Now, again, blocking, that kind of stuff, we don't know yet how they're going to be able to protect the punter and the kicker. But I think the special teams part of it, and again, you don't know about the return game yet, but at least the kicking part of special teams looks to be a strength this year.
Yeah. I mean, obviously, this is going to be Yusuf's 3rd year. So, and he's always been pretty – I mean, last year, he was kind of hit and miss sometimes, but
right.
He's hitting a lot of big kicks as well. So, but he's a guy, I think he's reliable. So, and then obviously Stu, Mr. Logan Rodgers, Philip punter. So yeah, we kind of know what we got there, at at those kicking positions. But as far as returners and stuff like that, I guess we'll see. I mean, they're testing guys out still.
I'm sure they'll work on that stuff kind of behind the scenes, but in a scrimmage like that, you don't want anybody hurt. And that's where most of the injuries come, are those return kicks and stuff like that during practices and games. So you got to be careful how much you do, but you do want to work on that stuff for sure.
Yeah, for sure. And hopefully we get to see some of that, on Friday.
Anything that stood out to you in the scrimmage the other night? Anything that maybe you're concerned about as you watched it?
Yeah, kind of looking back, I mean, it's so hard to put a lot of stock in a scrimmage. I mean, especially when it's scripted. I mean, if they did something really well, I'd still be like, oh, it's because X and Y. And if they did something really bad, it's probably because X and Y. So maybe by scrimmage too, because I'll probably put a little more stock and stuff like that, but nothing really. I mean, it was kind of fun watching different position groups actually play live. The defense, a lot of the same figures we've seen, right? Last year, a lot of those same guys, and the cornerback group was pretty much new. Some of the interior D tackles were new. Obviously, the D line. It was hard to get a gauge on who the D. They were rotating so many bodies at the end.
Yeah,
I couldn't tell who was the true one or 1, 2, the twos. I think at receiver we have a pretty good idea who those ones are going to be. Running back, I mean, tight end, we kind of know who's going to be the guys there. And quarterback, I think I mean, we'll see, I guess, but you never want to think something, because scrimmages, these coaches they have methods to their madness, and I think as soon as you start assuming something, especially if you're a journalist, it's gonna bite you in the butt. So, but from what we saw, it looked like Skyler, might be that guy. But maybe next week Henry's that. Maybe on
right.
Friday, this soreness that coach talks about is gone, and Henry's out there for 60 plays with the one.
Sure,
they're writing a different story. So it's got to be patient, and we'll find out when we find out. But I got to assume that Casey would want to tell. He says. Coaches are funny like that. He says he wants to name a guy to give that guy the leadership role, and kind of take the horns of the offense. But I could also see them stretching this out till September 4th. So, So we'll see.
That's my thought. Yeah, I wouldn't name a starter until September 4th. I wouldn't even start until that day when he trot. You got to do depth charts, I guess, and stuff. But trot him out there. I mean, gives Texas A&M less of an opportunity to do any scheming or those type of things. I mean, why not? I mean, maybe you've got your starter. Maybe you know who it is, but under a cloak of secrecy, we won't announce it until that week. I mean, I'm telling you, I think that's a great way to play. You got to play some gamesmanship here. You got to take everything you can against Texas A&M.
Yeah, and especially when there's such contrasting quarterbacks.
Yes.
Right? I mean, sometimes you're like, oh, this is what they do. This is what they have.
Yes.
But like, these are two different dudes.
Yeah.
So, but Casey said 3 or 4 times that, he wants to name it sooner the better. But you can also be like, well, we didn't know. We would have liked to have named him sooner the better, but they're just so close.
Yeah, exactly. That week, I'm telling you trot out Skyler that week, or you try out Henry, whoever it is. Like, oh, this is our guy on September 4th. And then Texas A&M is spending all night, their defensive coordinators figuring out who they're going to scheme for the next day. I'm telling you, that's the way to do it. Keep those guys up at night.
Yeah, but I think Texas A&M, they're so good. All they got to do is just kind of be themselves, and I think they'll be fine probably. And but yeah, that'll be fun to see. And but I'm thinking is that when during these preseason camps, I think this is the final week of like install. I think they're still in that install phase, and then next week is when they go into A&M. Usually those last 2 weeks of camp are when you do.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. But So if you're going to name the guy, you probably want to name him next Monday or Friday night after the scrimmage, or when we kind of see it, for a second time. But business is just so fun. Just don't you kind of miss when it was we kind of knew who the guy was unequivocally?
Yeah, I don't know. I like the cloak of secrecy. I mean, I think they kind of have an idea who's going to be. I really do. I think deep down they kind of know how they want to run their offense and who that's going to be. I think they are kind of posturing. I thought that first press conference I was at with you over there, Ryan, he's posturing. That's total coach speak he was giving us up there. I get it. Why not? Oh, I got to do better. I got to do better as a coach. I got to do all this. Yeah, we know. Well, I think he thinks I think we're a little better than he thinks we are. I mean, I think he's out there going, we're pretty decent. I think he's holding back a little bit, I think.
Oh yeah, the world
Gotta
is
play the underdog.
Yep. The world is a stage.
Yep.
Hey, Ryan, time to put you on the spot here. So last year, going into the USC game, everybody felt pretty good. We were optimistic. Bears were optimistic. Now, my partner here, Rob, has already predicted that the Bears are going to beat Texas A&M.
We're going to kick their tails and take their money, baby.
So
biggest upset ever. So be App State and Michigan right there, baby. Here it comes.
We go into that game. Texas A&M, theoretically, they're number 8 in the AP poll this week. USC wasn't even ranked last year when we played them.
And it's what it is, man.
Is Ryan Collingwood expecting a similar game to last year's opener in Los Angeles, or do you think it'll be a little more competitive?
I think it'll be a little more competitive.
Theoretically, Texas A&M is better than USC was last year.
Yeah, but it's a matchup thing. It's not really about like all that rankings and all other crap. But I think they can lose by 40, get healthy. That'll be a good weekend.
That's a win.
What's the spread right now? 30? Was it 35 or 32 or something like that? I think it was 32 or something like that. It opened up 32 maybe. I can't remember what it was.
Journalists don't talk spreads. You know that.
I know. We don't talk it on this station either. But I'm telling you, man, you never know. You never know. Hey, we're ranked.
You never know. You're right, and that's what's fun about this.
It's a portal. It's a portal era. You just don't know.
Yeah, I'm not really a predictions kind of guy, really. You've never seen me write a prediction before at the Citizen. I just don't see the upside in it for me, really. We can all predict all day. I can go knock on my neighbor's door and be like, "Hey, what's your take?" It doesn't matter. You know what I mean? The thing is, I think 20 years ago, when there was only like one sports reporter in town or TV guy, when they predicted something, we were like, "Oh, holy crap!" This is like, we can all predict and give takes, and it kind of watered that down. And then so it's what's the upside here? I predict Missouri State to go, do a good job or whatever. Okay, great. I predicted them to suck. Well, now I look like a jerk. And that's not. If I was a columnist, where you're kind of in the opinion business, where it's which is kind of
a different thing.
Yeah. Well, I think it's kind of almost an antiquated thing now because we're all columnists now, aren't we?
Yeah, pretty much.
We all have Facebook posts. We all got Twitter, right?
Yeah, you bet.
So the best thing we can do is just kind of, just go out there and figure out objectively or what's going on. And, if anybody asks, but when it comes to something like, Texas A&M, when those guys are pouring millions and millions of dollars, they're objectively big old guys. And you have a history of, not doing as well against them. It's safe to say, I think for our jobs, we'd all like, how fun would work be for a week if Missouri State won that game, right?
Oh my gosh, it'd be so awesome, wouldn't it?
Yeah, a great day on campus.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah. But
by the way, Texas A&M, one of 7 teams nationally spending $40 million or more on their football team players.
Well, they need to pay us more. That's all they got. They're not paying us enough to come down there. And
they don't have it because they're spending $40 million on their team.
Mm-hmm.
The teams that are spending over $40 million: LSU, Miami, Notre Dame, Ohio State, Oregon, Texas, and Texas A&M. Over $40 million.
Oh man, that's crazy.
How much are they paying Missouri State to come down there?
At 1.5, isn't it? Something like that.
1.5.
Something like that. 1.5. Yeah, that's not enough. Oh, well, that's all right. When they write the check and give it to us, when we take the win home, they're going to feel really bad.
Plus expenses, I hope.
Hey, Ryan, we got to let you go. Hey, thank you so much for coming on today. We'll do this often, obviously, throughout the season, and really appreciate you coming on today.
Yeah, thanks, guys. See you guys around.
Thanks, Ron. Appreciate you. Ryan Collingwood, Springfield Daily Citizen. And as we go, Bear Tracker Day 18, as we're counting down to September 5th, and the opening night of Bears football taking on Texas A&M. All right, we got to take a break. We have Show Me the Money next on the opening drive with Tom and Rob on ESPN The Jock, brought to you by Play Sports. Blue 42, set, hut, hut, hut. Football's back. From Missouri State to the Kansas City Chiefs and the Mizzou Tigers, the excitement starts now on the opening drive with Tom and Rob. Get the latest news, analysts, and hype weekdays on ESPN The Jock.
The leaves aren't the only thing that can get brighter in the fall. 'Tis the season to play under the lights. At Play It Again Sports, football and soccer players reload every year with lots of new and gently used gear. From shoulder pads, helmets, mouthpieces, gloves, and footballs to soccer shoes, shin guards, shorts, and jerseys. If you play a fall sport, it's more than likely we'll see you soon at Play It Again Sports. When you trade in, you win. Play It Again Sports in the Fremont Shopping Center.
We thought about creating a ShopOzarks.com mascot, something obnoxiously cute. Then somebody suggested a giant walking coupon, and honestly, that felt just obnoxious. So yeah, we'll skip the mascot. Instead, we'll keep doing what actually works. Helping you save big at local restaurants, automotive shops, health and fitness, entertainment, and more. No cute mascots required. Just real local savings at ShopOzarks.com.
Hi, I'm Bill Dutton with Abacus.
And I'm Abe. Bill, when people hear accounting firm, what do they usually think?
Taxes, bookkeeping, basic compliance.
That's not the full picture with Abacus.
Not even close. At Abacus, accounting is just the foundation. We also provide CFO services, strategic business planning, controllership support, and even HR services.
HR surprises people. Why would we offer that?
Because your people and your numbers are connected. Hiring strategy, compliance, payroll structure, it all impacts profitability and growth.
Juggling. Clients get one coordinated team that understands their entire business.
And that guidance helps our clients make smarter decisions.
Schedule a time to meet with an Abacus professional today. Visit us at abacuspro.com or call 417-823-7171 to learn more.
Culinary history with Retro Metro. Long before Surf and Turf gained its catchy nickname, people were already pairing the best of land and sea on special occasions. Retro Metro celebrates that tradition with their Jeremy and Julia Surf and Turf, a 6 or 10 ounce filet, served over Cajun cream pappardelle pasta, topped with 3 grilled shrimp, and a house-made crab cake, finished with fresh béarnaise. Experience the all-new dinner menu at Retro Metro.
I'm Chef Tiny, inviting you to Retro Metro for some giant flavors. Your table is waiting.
Going out of town? Take ESPN The Jock with you at 969thejock.com. You can hear the best of the Ozarks with Chef Tiny, Full Throttle with Craig Stagner, or The Opening Drive with Tom and Rob. ESPNthejock.com.
We'd like to invite you to join us on the opening drive. Give us a call or text at 417-866-0969 or reach out to us at the 96.9 Jock Chat app.
Follow the dollars, the deals, and the drama. Contracts, TV money, NIL, and the business behind the games we love. This is Show Me the Money.
Show me the money!
On the opening drive with Tom and Rob on ESPN The Jock.
It's the Family Feud. Welcome to the Family Feud as we talk Show Me the Money today, because the feud is on in the Bust family. Jeannie Bust and the Bust family can have a little bit of a disagreement on whether they will sell the remaining 17.8% share of the Los Angeles Lakers to the Kushner-Iger Group. Of course, Mark Walter sold the Lakers last week for $12.5 billion. He sold that with a $2.5 billion profit, just owned it 10 months, actually owned it 10 months. The talks were 14, but owned it 10 months. Flipped it for 2.5 because he's in a little bit of a federal probe of some sort with his life insurance companies that gave out some loans that they didn't properly document, and blame the accountant all you want, but your name on the door, so that's not good. So he sold the Lakers for $12.5 billion. Well, Jeannie Buss and her siblings from the Buss family owned the Lakers since what, 1979 or something like that.
And still own part of it.
Still own 17.8%. They have an agreement where they can do a tag-along sale. So in other words, if they're sold, they can put up their shares for sale as well as part of the agreement with Mark Walter, 17.8%. Well, there are 6 siblings, including Jeannie Buss, who's the governor or the controlling owner of the Lakers. The other 5 voted to sell. They sent out a statement saying, we are going to elect to sell as well. Well, Jeannie Buss said no, and it has to be all 5. So Jeannie Buss said no. There's some sort of a trust where 3 of the siblings have to approve it unanimously of the 6. Well, 1, Jeannie Buss said, no, I'm not interested in selling. So there's going to be a little bit of family feud going on. So not only is there the sale of the Lakers in itself, which is shocking, and at that big of a turnout with Mark Walters, sports empire teetering maybe just a touch. Then you got the Buss family. You got Jeannie Buss saying, I'm not ready to give up daddy's team. I want to keep my share because she's been controlling owner, obviously, since her Dr. Jerry Buss passed away. So that is one thing. So they got lawyers involved, which always gets things interesting. That value of 17.8% of the Lakers would be $2.25 billion.
Oof.
So it's not a small chunk of change. So the siblings have already received from the Mark Walter sale roughly after taxes $500 million apiece. So they've received $500 million apiece. And now with this, they could get another probably about the same amount coming through. So it's a big chunk of change.
Ryan, the theme on our show a lot of times is that everything is about money.
Everything is about money.
So
in sports.
We're doing a sports show, but you'll find out, as you get older, that it's all about money.
Of course it is.
And we're going to find out in baseball here in a couple of months when the talks get hot and heavy that it is really, truly all about money because we may not have baseball
because of
next
that.
year.
Because of that.
And
So,
I think you've done a little bit of this in school, right? Did you do some financial stuff, a paper or something, some course?
I personally haven't.
Oh, okay. I
Like,
thought you did.
never took a finance class yet. No, but no, sports is all about 100%, especially with everything with the Dodgers got going on.
Ugh.
Yeah, that's a hot mess right there. I'm glad I'm not involved in.
okay, so Mark Walter, CEO of Guggenheim and TWG Global, sold the Lakers for $12.5 billion, right? Well, now he is selling his shares in Chelsea, the football club in England, one of the most storied football programs in England. He's going to sell his share of that as well to Clear Lake Capital. Those talks are underway now. So he is selling out both of those. Now, he still owns the Dodgers. Stan Kasten said, Dodgers, nope, not selling. He has no plan to sell the MLB franchise, according to internal Dodgers memorandums. However, when the feds get involved, we'll see about that. And the problem with selling the Dodgers, as you just mentioned, are the deferred contracts. It's almost a poison pill baked into your sale. You're not buying just the Dodgers. You're buying all those future contracts. $800 million owed to Shohei Ohtani. He's only taking $2 million a year up to this point, so he owed a lot of money as it goes on. Kyle Tucker, the worst signing ever in baseball, has been signed. I mean, he's like the 28th best player in the league, got number 1 money, deferred out. Everybody's deferred out. I can't remember how many, 17 or 18 players deferred out contracts.
Look for that to be discussed coming up during the negotiations, deferred money, and how that's unfair to the big teams.
It is. Now, what they'll say is it is fair because you could all do this if you wanted to do it. But here's the problem. It is an unfair. Well, when you have TWG Global or Guggenheim CEO backing it, multi-billionaire guy, it's one thing. When you got John Sherman in Kansas City backing it, it's not the same.
Right.
So what you got out there now, because it's not about the owning now, it's the owning in the future. So 10 years down the road, okay, let's say 10 years down the road, if you got all these deferred contracts, you want to sell, that is part of the deal, and there's less buyers who want to take on that money. those are contractually there. So you're going to owe these guys no matter what. So that's going to be a problem. So selling out of now the future potential of the Dodgers is a big deal. He says the reason he's saying it's not for sale probably is because he can't find a buyer for the Dodgers right now. Yes, there are people out there with money. I get it, private equity, but there are caps in place of how much private equity can own of teams. I think in the MLB right now it's 10%. Apollo bought in the Yankees, $2.6 billion. That wasn't a 10% equity. I think that was less than that. So there are caps involved. So in other words, who's got the money to buy them? Singular people around the world. What, Bezos? Mark Cuban.
Looking for a team.
Bezos bought in. Jeff Bezos, who's never owned sports before, bought in to a soccer club last week. First time ever he's bought into something. Bezos could do it. Elon Musk, as we've said before, could own every single league in the United States, and every single team in every single league. Isn't that crazy? And still have, what was it? I think $5 billion left over in his bank account. He could buy every single Major League, NFL, NHL, and NBA team and have $5 billion left in his account at current market values.
Wow.
That's a lot of stinking money. I mean, still have $5 billion left. I got $5 billion left. I'll blast off some more rockets, make some more money, build some more Teslas. I mean, that's how much money we're talking. But if you're talking $12.5 billion for the Lakers, just think what the Dodgers are going to go for. Because the Dodgers, while they were less, they were under $6 billion. I think you bought them at $5 billion or something like that. They're going to be at least in that $10 billion-ish range, at least. But you got the deferred contract sitting out there. So you might not get that full value. So that's probably why he's not going to sell. But anyway, he's selling Chelsea. He's already sold the Lakers. Are the Dodgers next? F1, he owns a Cadillac team. Mark Walter could be teetering. That's what happens when you give loans to your own companies and don't document them in the right, but put them in the right column. And you're okay. Right. Hey, that's Show Me the Money. Ryan Swanson, thanks for coming in today, my friend.
Thank you for having me.
Absolutely. He'll be running the board here down the road for us. That's
Full
it.
throttle tomorrow.
Full throttle on Wednesday. See you tomorrow.
Springfield weather on the Jock.
It's a much cooler and more comfortable start to the morning out the door this Tuesday morning. We find a hot and sunny afternoon.